Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, guys, what are we talking about? We're talking about mystic, being a natural mystic today. So thanks for being here with us. If you're new, you can go to Productive Through Joy and see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. We have a series really great workshops and programs that are really extraordinary. I think that you'll find them to be super helpful, especially if you have an organization or a business looking to enhance your productivity. So thanks for being with us. Allow me to say a few words about myself first before we go forward. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, author of the Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a Theory of American Literatures. I'm also currently the board president of the World Stage, a really wonderful nonprofit here in LA's Crenshaw District, a great 501c3, 7 days a week of magnificent programming, workshops, around jazz and literature, all types of performances. So look for us at the World Stage. We're streaming now our events because, of course, of COVID-19, but we will be coming back on board soon. All right. So let's dive into the topic today. We're talking, guys, about being a mystic and what that means. All right. So let's dive in. But I did want to say first, I'd like to mention that brief bio because people are always, I should say that my educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad, my master's is UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive. Again, I say that because I give that bio because I like people to know my background, because people are always surprised to hear that level of productivity when they hear about my actual narrative. I am the product of a young girl who was sexually assaulted at age 16, gave birth to me at 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee who was amazing, yet at the time no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool. Modi famously said, "How you like me now? If I can be this productive and be so through joy, we know many people can." And so that really inspires this show, because we know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. So thanks for being here, guys. So, guys, we're talking today about being a mystic. And a mystic is simply someone who's able to access a type of knowledge from inside them, from inside them themselves, accessing what I would call their primordial wisdom. So I'm a professor, so I believe in the power of knowledge. I love to read books. I teach literature. I write theory and teach theory. I am a true lover of knowledge that I accrue from outside of myself, right? I believe in that. However, the most important knowledge that I've ever been able to derive has come from what I would call the primordial source. That knowledge which is inside of all of us, right? If it is true according to science, as we know, science actually is real, although certain presidents, including ours, doesn't believe in science, but science actually is a real thing. And as we know from 10th grade science, that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes forms. And so all that was here has been here for time immemorial, right? That means that the original thing, the oneness that was here first, that thing, however it was in its isness, people call it God, people call it, my friends who are scientists call it energy. Other people call it Yahweh, whatever. That thing that was here first, that thing is still here. It just changes forms, right? Subdivides itself, and that means if it's still here, if it's here and everywhere, it must also be inside of you and inside of me. So really, the basis for the mystic power is that all of us have that original creative energy source inside of us, and we can access it, right, through meditation, through yoga, through various types of breathing technologies. This is a real thing. And so a mystic is someone who simply taps into that mystic, original, primordial, creative energy and uses it, in my case, for good, right? So point one is you want to do some due diligence or reach out to us. We can help you. We can direct you in some ways. But there's many ways to access it. My own particular practice is one based on Egyptian, we call it Kemet, ancient Egyptian technologies around spirit and visualization. a lot of great literature about that. You may have heard about it before. In pop culture, they talk about the Egyptian mystery system. It's just accessing ancient primordial technologies based upon breathing and visualization. You may have heard about The Secret, which was a very popular version of these technologies that came out about a decade ago or so, which kind of swept the world. That book and that concomitant DVD that was very popular as well, that's all based upon Egyptian metaphysics. But it's all the same thing, basically. And that's kind of the pop version of it, but it's still very powerful, even that pop version of what The Secret was back in the day. The point, though, is that you can access that primordial energy through meditation. That's probably the best way to do it, but I'm sure there's other ways you can do it as well. But the point is that point one is you want to think about, do some research, learn about that power technology. Point two is you want to actually apply it. That's the hard part, you know. We have all this knowledge around us. It's at times it's a very simple approach, but it's not easy. It's because folks don't believe this as a real thing. That which was not tactile, we have a hard time believing in. And this is not a tactile thing. It's rooted in the idea, for example, that thoughts are things. And it's for someone like me, especially, trust me, it was hard to believe in it because it was like, thoughts are things, huh? But once you begin to use it and it begins to work and do what it claims to do, you're like, wow, this is a real thing, and that's how you begin to build your faith around it. And in the magic sauce, the Lowry's to it, the hot sauce, the seasoning sauce to it all is that the more you believe it, the better it works. And so in the Christian context, for example, people talk about faith, it's the same concept, right? Faith, belief in things unseen. Faith actually is a real thing. Belief that works. It works in the Christian context. It works in the Muslim context. It works in the ancient Egyptian context because for some reason, who knows why this is even true, when you believe a thing, that thing has the propensity to manifest, right? A thought can manifest as a thing. You may have heard about the self-fulfilling prophecy. When you may have people in your life who are really negative speakers. Man, this is terrible. Life is horrible. This is going to happen. These bad things are going to happen. This is terrible. And for those people, consistently bad things happen. We call it in the black neighborhoods, they spoke it up. They thought it up, It's because that mindset literally leads to manifestations. It concretizes. I don't know why that thing works that way. I just know it does. And so whether you are speaking up or visualizing or believing a so-called good thing or a not good thing, it doesn't even matter whether it's good or bad. That's what's going to manifest. And the more ardently that you believe in it, the more ardently that it's going to manifest. You don't believe me. I would just do some research and practice it, which goes into point three. As you practice the doing the good, the being of service, the manifesting of joy, the manifesting of abundance for your family, your community, and yourself, that's what happens. I'm speaking of that which I've done, which I know. That's why I'm so absolutely confident. And if you know me personally, some of you do who watch this show, that's my life. So anyway, boom goes the dynamite, guys. We'll see you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Be safe in this COVID crazy 19 time. Be safe in the reign of 44. He's about to call the military on people protesting. Black people are getting shot for breathing. So get ready. I'm not sure that's going to work out. But yeah, as the old folks say, stay prayed up. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. We love and respect you. That's it. I'll see you at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.